We open in Safine and Angrod's room, flanked on either side by Remember and Temzin's room, and Claudius and Rinna's room on the other side, and all of you have clustered into this one room with this strange old woman, and fingers of light are just creeping up from the horizon as dawn breaks, and you can hear the distant roll of thunder as these springtime storms, these late spring storms, just roll toward the city. And you're exhausted, and you still really don't know what's going on.
I'm fine. It's fine. Ow! Are you alright? In true Aaron fashion. Just wanted to get your attention on it.
And
for the recording for our golf commentary, Aaron just jumped into the table and is now in pain.
Please don't cut this out.
Oh no, I barely cut out anything. But
God.
that is where we are going to open. Is you guys have just gotten back. You've successfully managed to creep away from the lower level prison. You weren't spotted on your return back, and you have made it into the tavern in one piece.
Delia's going to immediately, waddle over to the bed and sit down. It's been a long morning.
Yes, you've been quite busy.
Yes?
Would you like to tell us what's going on?
Sabine just has a face of horror right now.
That's not
This crazy
Oh,
old woman.
yes, this is not Rinna. This is somebody else that we found. Who's supposed to help us find Rinna.
You know how whenever a pretentious person puts their hand out for you to kiss the ring kind of thing, she's just gonna, oh, nice to meet you. I'm Lady Delia. It's nice to meet you.
What's she doing with her hand?
Like a bear, like the bear fight.
Golf commentary. Remember, reached out and shaked Lady Delia's hand.
Very aggressively and with too much fist.
Angrod's probably busy having a panic attack at this point because that was incredibly stressful.
She's just laid out completely on the floor,
Yes, correct.
Sabine's gonna Asian squat next to her. Do you want some tea?
Thank you so much for offering, sweet, sweet lady. Lady, yes.
She just turns you're just sewage.
I'm not even gonna get
Let's
up,
kill
just
that meme.
tipping my head back so that I can see her this way. Okay. What?
I
What?
only have death drug in.
What? Why? Who?
Now,
Well,
All
my
those
name
questions.
is Lady Delia. It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
You got it already. We did that in the
Oh,
dungeon thing.
forgive me. My brain, it's sometimes, I'm older. So be patient with me.
Good lord. Okay.
Sabine just brings back
It's-
cups of hot water because all she has is super, super drugs. So she's like, shit, I can't give this to you people. Here's hot water.
She's gonna continue this conversation. Angry Hat, right? That's your name?
I mean, that's sort of accurate.
She calls
but
you
no.
angry.
Okay.
Was that you who gave...
She has the most genuine face on, too. She's just like, right?
It's close enough. We'll get to names later. That was you who gave me the scroll earlier, correct?
Oh, yes, you're the small one. Yes, I did slip that into your hands.
How did you know we were looking for
Oh,
Rinna?
it's you! There's another familiar face. Hello.
How did you know we were looking for Rinna?
Well, I work for the right people, of course.
And
this
these
what it's
people
like
want to
talking to
help
me?
us find
Yeah.
Rinna.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh, she is very important, yes.
Wait, who do you work
What?
for?
The resistance of mages.
Oh,
Have you heard of that? I'm assuming you've heard of that. Yes, no,
no.
perhaps.
I like the sound of it, but I've not heard of it.
This is all.
For golf
Hey, babe.
commentary,
Hey,
Reagan
babe.
is now doing small circles as if in gym class.
All of my favorite things. I love you.
Do tell more, please.
Yes. So we, as a group, we smuggle in and magical items and letters to family, friends, confidants, things like that, to hidden users of magic or other mages in Giram.
And
And Rina was a part of that?
Oh, yes.
So she had the audacity to be all squeamy about magic and here she is.
Well, there's more to that story, sweetheart. Well, she also had several other jobs with the
Is it a
wrong
little bit
group.
of this kind of
Yes. I'm sorry, I don't understand what that means. Is that slang?
Yes, it's
From
what all
the
the kids are
teens.
saying.
Excellent. We are going to have a hip-hopping good time together.
If anything happens to Lady Delia, I'm killing everyone in this room and then myself.
She's literally the dog in every campaign. Don't let the dog die. Do not let the dog. I will. Everyone's dead except the dog. I don't care.
Good.
The
good.
cleric empties spells. Just no. You're not dying.
do you know where Rina is at?
Well, I do have a very good idea after seeing that cell 18 was empty when I arrived. We got that key for a reason.
How did you know it wasn't her? It was being executed.
I, again, have my knowledge of details here and there.
Do the Watervale officials commonly execute people under different names? Is it?
Well, as you can probably assume, it's pretty easy to play the blame game and change your name on some documents. I think they really just do it for spectacle. They don't really care who dies. As long as it's crazy or magical, they don't really care.
Off-topic question for a moment. The man that was at the hanging that Tenzin and Claudius told us about, the one that was protesting Rena being hanged. Do you know who that was?
She would. You would know that that was her brother.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Didn't
what
email you that.
I was like, yeah, no, yes.
Sorry.
I do know who that is.
Emailed you like 2 pages of stuff.
What's his
but
name? For reference?
Greg.
Good question. Greg.
We
Gregory.
say it. Delia says it while I look it up.
Yes.
So
Gregory.
Rina has a brother.
She does, yes.
And she never told us about him or took us to him.
I mean, to be fair, we don't really share too much.
Yeah, it's not like
But
we're parading
we
her around
will
our
be
family
known
reunions
Known
or
her
anything.
for
Time secretive for what she does for her.
Oh, yeah, I
Sure,
should
sure,
be
yeah.
In all fairness, if I had a brother or sister, I would not keep them secret from you. I'm just a tragically solo child, so, you know. But,
I'm
Yes.
also an
Tragic.
only child. Tries to find anything relatable with this woman.
Does he know that she was not actually hanged?
Does he know that? No, we haven't been able to get a hold of him to let him know.
was he also part of the resistance, or is he?
Again, all of this missing about no anything about him.
We're asking all the right, wrong questions.
I'm like, it's not in
It's
the
got 3 sheets of notes and we're like,
When they're like, here's the packet to study for the quiz, and then none of the information is on the quiz.
So, what do you do in the resistance?
Well, now that's an interesting question I can answer. Oh, and she like storyteller turns to sweet, sweet Claudius. Is your back all right?
No.
Well, I have
That's
some
fine.
remedy. No?
That's fine.
Well, my back also acts up. Oh, it's the arthritis. You see her like also hunched over. So let's see here. Do you want the whole story, or do you just want to know what I do?
The whole story?
Good.
I
Because
suppose
I
we have the time.
wrote one.
she's just that shit. We broke her
Here,
half
this is
person.
Oh my god.
that's essentially what Delia would know.
Fuck, another page of notes. Yes! I'm so good at improv. Yeah. Ooh, Den boy. Love that name. Okay,
It's my
full
girlfriend.
circle back. Alright, let me turn to the right page of notes. Give me a second here. Okay. well, you see, my sweet, sweet son, Leo, he had a wee bit of magic growing in him as a child, and unfortunately, the officials found that out before I did and had a chance to take him away quickly, and he was taken as well to be tortured and hanged. But the group, the Resistance of Mages, they found him and brought him back to me. And now that he has grown and has a family of his own to take care of, I have devoted my life to helping other families do the same. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So it's just
Left
like,
elbow. But mainly I bring letters in from family members and I help prisoners to escape because I'm old, so they don't expect me.
what did you do before that?
I ran a flower shop. It was just
So you were
business.
running a flower shop and then you were
Now she does this.
then
Yeah,
you-
all of this.
And from under the bed, you hear it.
Not the boy.
And she goes, what was that?
Nothing.
Angerod's on the floor still.
Thinking
She has
you
not
said
stood up
it.
during all this, so
And-
she looks over towards Hiss and she just kind
And-
of does this.
And
Puts her finger over her mouth.
he is
I
in
think I
boy
noticed the
shape
pipes.
under the
The
bed.
pipes
And
burst.
but his eyes are like glowing and that like cat slit kind of,
Sweet boy.
and he's
With
Yeah,
her
she just-
pretty sneakiness, would she know that someone is hiding in the room?
what is her perception?
Passive, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
13.
She would probably recognize that people like tensed at that noise, but she wouldn't really be aware that there's
Okay,
like,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, just trying to.
yeah, no, and he's just like under the bed,
Aww. In
looking
dragon
up.
form or boy form?
He's in boy form, but he's got
Aw.
dragon eyes, and he's like
Good.
watching.
Boy, sweet boy, grounding boy form.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet boy.
Wait, are we saying Taste of boy form is his initial form and now this is Granian boy form? Okay, very good. Sorry.
It's like when you put a new skin on your Overwatch character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what just happened.
Granian hissed.
You just
We should
triggered
make a bunch of.
Jared on
Oh my
8
god!
levels.
I know exactly what the fuck I'm making you for Christmas. I almost said it out loud, but now I know what I'm making. Never mind. Please continue.
No. Granian hissed. Duh.
Yeah, but like you can get the blank Funko Pops.
Oh,
Wait, can we make our own Funko Pops?
That would
You
be
can get
amazing.
Stop!
ones.
Instead of having figures.
Hold on. Yeah, so you can get blank Funko Pops, and you can actually like paint them and like do like
We'll just have to
shape
scale
them
all
with
of our
clay
maps up.
and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
It's really
I'm
fun.
just gonna get Mother Gothel. I'm done.
Yes.
That's all.
Nice. Okay, back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So, you said that Lena got in with the wrong group. What was she doing? What group was she running with that was so dangerous?
1 second. Well, I will gladly tell you.
Please hold.
Right. No.
Also, did Zafine react to the idea of having a magical son that was persecuted in Giron?
No.
Yeah.
Stone cold killer. Not a fuck given.
Ow. She's honestly dawdling off trying to find actual tea. She's like, shit, all I have is fucking
Would
heroin
I have
right
tea?
now.
Would I have brought tea with me?
I don't think she
She's.
did.
I'm gonna go
Aw.
down and ask the whatever her name
Aw.
is. Tasha.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Trishella.
Trishella.
Also, I literally,
Oh, wait,
in
I
this
can
very
go ask.
moment, just realized that you
And
probably
I go downstairs
took my
and ask
lady
instead.
comment as your
Okay, and
gender.
it's
Her name
like-
is Lady Delia, and she thinks that you're like some fancy person, so she was trying to address you correctly, not like, oh, are you a man? That is not what I meant.
Meanwhile, Sabine just like, are you a man? And she's like,
No!
Flashbacks to Oracle.
Because she like sees you're wearing different color, like she's like, oh,
in her mind, she's like, geez, I'm not even wearing masculine braids today.
I'm a mom, okay? I'm just like everyone else.
So Claudius saw that Safine was about to like head out the door, and what did he do when?
Wait, what are you trying to do right now?
You said you were gonna go down and get tea?
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I can't.
didn't
I just
say
need to stretch
anything.
my feet. Oh, I thought you said I'm gonna go down
I
and
was
get tea.
telling Sarah, she's just
Oh.
leaving.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So Safine just heads out.
She like stops awkwardly in front of Claudius and is like,
I can get the tea.
I didn't say what I was getting, but
Oh.
I can get the stuff.
I'm gonna still go if you wanna go. And then she just leaves.
go.
You got it.
Yeah.
She just runs quickly away.
And so you go downstairs, and the way that I finally have that dungeon builder thing, so I have it all sketched up. It's beautiful.
Yay!
So the way that it is you kind of just have to go down the stairs onto the landing and then back down into like the main room, and it's still very quiet. Like it's still just after dawn, so there's really no one that's super awake. Like there's a few people that are like paying for meals and like jacket potatoes and like a couple like boiled eggs and stuff as they leave. And Trishella is there, and she looks up and, oh, good morning. You're up very early. Is there something I can get for you?
Can I have a pot of tea, please? Or I could brew it myself, I suppose, but a pot would be easier.
Yes, I can put a kettle on. Is there anything else?
He's like, hello, and he tries to smile.
Hello.
Can I just have some coffee, please?
Yes, I have some that's just brewing now. I can send that up with you. Will you be staying?
I'm gonna wait. And she just sits down on the bar stool.
Oh, all right. And she goes off and she puts some leaves.
She's like
in the
drumming her
kettle.
fingers on the table.
Claudia sits down too.
And she like hangs it over the fire, and she's just like tidying things up and like getting chairs and stools down from the tables. And
It is that scene from Mulan where it's Mulan and Shang at the end, and they don't know what to say to each other, but they also feel awkward, like they need to say something, but she's not going to say anything. But
Nice.
it's just that energy.
yeah, no, that's absolutely the energy in the room right now. And Trishella is just like watching you guys. And, are you staying longer, or
In what regard?
I
will
hope
you
so.
be staying? Oh, all right. Will you be staying another night then?
Yeah.
I'll make sure that your horses are tended to then.
Are you in love with the bartender?
Are you in love? I like the
and she just like she goes around and straightens the stools and
So
straightens the
uncomfortable.
tables, and she kind of like she gives Fitzum by the fire like a little scratch behind the ears, and he like looks up at you both and just kind of like blinks and then lays his head back down. And she yes, I think that coffee should be ready. I'll be right back. And she goes off into the kitchen.
So wait, do you like the bartender?
Aww, Claudia's having a crush.
You can't say anything.
What is she? What is her?
She's she's an average human woman. She
Yes.
has darker skin and
So he's fucking terrifying, and then he's just this sweet human girl. Good.
she's just
What I
this
wanted to
human
know.
girl
You
that
ever
When
seen
I went off to go do that thing
Quasimodo?
the other night, I was eating dinner by myself here. She was really nice. Okay.
Quasimodo?
What's a Quasimodo?
Don't worry about it.
and she comes back and she sets down this mug of coffee and there you go. I hope it's not too bitter. Your tea should be done soon.
He tries it and goes, oh, it's perfect, thank you.
Oh, good. I'm terrible at making coffee. And she like goes off. It is very
And
bitter
he's like,
coffee.
he's just like,
Sabine just looks Claudia
like
dead in the eye.
like you might be able to chew it if you really wanted to.
It's a real good bean juice.
Sabine just like waits for her to turn her back on us and then goes,
and he's just like,
I've never seen someone chew coffee before.
I like it this way.
There's like grits in your teeth.
Just makes this
And so,
even worse.
like, she continues to just, like, go back and forth behind the bar. A few people come in and grab quick, like, eggs and bread and stuff as they go back out on their work. And she finally returns to you with, like, a small wooden tray with the kettle and a few cups. And, there you go. That should be about ready for you. I'll just add that on to your to your day.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything? I've never seen you up quite so early.
Yep, well, gotta go. And then she just picks up the tray. Bye, Claudius. You hold down the fort, and then runs away.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we got it.
She, like, as she walks up the banister, she's just like, gives a thumbs up.
He's just like, we got a group thing but thank you. It's delicious.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you like it. And she just ducks her head a little bit. And I hope that the thunder didn't wake you. The storms here can get a bit fierce.
Oh, it's fine. I'm used to loud noises.
Oh, okay.
What a fucking weird thing to say, Claudius.
Toward the factories, then?
No, I used to work in a mine.
Oh, yes.
You're not here.
I know, damn it.
My notes are omnipotent.
Yes, I've heard some things about mine work that can be quite dangerous, I think.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes, my brother considered working in the mines. The money was quite good, but not something that we really wanted to, risk.
Well, I wasn't really in it for the money.
Are you secretly just Jean Valjean? Is that going to be
Oh
your
my
backstory?
What were you possibly doing in a mine if not for the money?
Well, I didn't really have a choice to be there or not, you see.
And there it is. I was waiting for this to come shit show. Here we are.
2, 4, 6.
We've arrived.
and she like her hand's still on a cup and she.
But I got up. It's okay.
Oh no.
Oh. I wasn't aware that it was a choice.
It's not supposed to be.
Damn it, there's no one in the room.
Same,
La, la,
right?
la.
Oh.
But it wasn't for crime or anything. I was taken, and they held me there.
Jesus Christ.
This is my
Sure.
Any of us.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Giselle's being scarred right now.
He's trying to be open.
Is this the equivalent to like talking to your hairstylist, like telling
Yes,
them,
it is.
so my husband and I are getting a divorce?
Yes,
She's no longer cleaning
But
anything.
yeah, all
she's
that to say,
literally
what's in
holding
her
like
mind?
she's holding like one rag and then like a cup and then not moving. She's just
she's wiping the same cup over and over and over.
The same
and
spot.
I'm very sorry. I'm glad that you're not in danger anymore.
Mostly, yeah.
And you
Thank
can hear like
Mostly.
people coming down the stairs. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the coffee. If you'll just excuse me. And she like
Damn.
very deliberately sets down the cup and cloth and I'm like, good morning, yes.
He goes like,
Is there
thanks, and
anything
he like
I can-
chugs the rest of the coffee
Is there anything? Yes, have a
and
lovely
heads back up.
morning.
And he's like, yes.
Oh, so well.
In his mind, that was perfect.
And I know where she works. Scribbles and
Alright, so Claudius comes back into the room
Like
and
10 minutes later.
yeah, and Claudius, you move past these two men who pass by, and they're dressed in the clothes of someone who's like working a lot and not worrying about changing. Like they're very dusty, very dirty, and they both kind of pause as you pass by and glance at you and then continue on.
Insight check.
Mm-hmm.
First roll of the night.
Because you're wearing your military jacket, right?
Yeah, 21.
Damn.
They're definitely suspicious of you.
Why?
Because that's not what the military coats look like anymore.
Do I understand that?
Yes, because the tailor told you so.
And also because we rolled a
That's
21.
That's what they did tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're definitely wondering why you're wearing what you're wearing. Especially, why would a soldier of Giron be staying in a mid-tier tavern? But yeah, so that's what you get as you go up the stairs.
Oh, foreboding.
Time to get real.
Poor school.
Yes, I'm a veteran.
But they don't say anything to you. They go on to speak with Trishella.
Okay.
And we're back.
And we're back.
She's, after recollecting for a while, the full 10 minutes of me going, let me think about that.
Angrod has stretched her hand out and is playing with his fingers under the bed.
And he just keeps like grabbing a finger and then like pulling and then releasing. Just enough so that your arm twitches.
Is your arm alright?
Yes, it's genetic.
And then his
I have a weak knee that sometimes goes, whoa, gets out on me a little bit. I understand.
He just grabs your arm and goes.
And she does a tiny little prestidigitation, like poof of air into his mouth.
And you hear it.
Would you like a
When you blow in a dog's face.
At this point, Sabine walks into the room. I found some tea.
Oh, beautiful.
Good, yes.
And then she hands out the cups.
Again, further distracting her from the questions. Did you have any sugar?
And she hands off like the fixing. This does not have drugs.
You see her
hands it to Ingrid.
You see her take the lid off, and she takes a couple spoonfuls and puts it into the lid, and then takes the rest of the container and goes, have a little bit of a sweet tooth. She just stirs it up.
Sounds
Right,
just-
dumps the rest of the sugar in. It'll do. It's just chunk at the bottom of his sugar. Yes.
I'm not there yet.
Don't you know it's not it's rude to stare?
Alright, so let's get these facts rolling.
Yes, Lady Delia, if we could please get back on track.
Oh, yes. Tortellini. Was that was your name? Tortellini.
Not even close. But you know what? We've got more pressing matters at hand, like where Rinna is and how we're gonna save
I'm
her.
mad because
And
it's my actual grandma who forgets my name. It's fine.
When I come up, as I'm sitting and listening, I pull out my knife and I start undoing the seams on the insignia.
Okay.
Just to get all the insignia off so it's just a coat.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep laughing. I'm sorry, tortellini. Oh, God knows when she gets to Safine, please. Remember, what was your name again? It's a little
I can't remember.
I can't remember. I simply can't remember.
No, you got it. You got it. It's
it's remember.
Her name's Remember.
I'm trying.
The word remember. That's her actual name.
You, Lady Delia, her, remember.
Listen, have patience. I'm old.
We're really beating this old horse, aren't we?
You fucking know damn well this is gonna be her whole character too, because she is old.
So what's she like? She's old.
Have you ever been an old person?
We
like
got
real old?
we discussed it.
She's got a knee that flies out like that sometimes, you know.
She's literally like a witch without the powers. It's great.
oh my god.
Okay. Oh, yes. Rinnan. I mean Rinna. That's what she goes by now. Yes.
Yes.
Rinna. Yes. Rinna. Good guess.
Did it used to be written?
Oh, it is. She just
Yes,
prefers
she has
Rinna.
a long name.
Sounds good. You know, cool. Yes. So Rinna has been smuggling out letters for a very long time with the resistance of mages, but to make some coin as well as to get some intel for us, she started working with the Thieves Guild. Now, the Thieves Guild in itself was the beginning, and then we acquired the knowledge that they work for the Church of the Twin-Faced, which is not so great.
Are any of us familiar with the Church of the Twin-Faced?
That's the gods. We've been
Feel
there.
annoying.
We've met them.
Right.
Why was it so bad for them to be associated?
Well, you see, they're not very nice to mages.
The
They don't
gods?
really like. No, the church. No, I don't know the gods very well, but I'm sure they're lovely people. Pardon me.
golf commentary, Erin lifted her hand up as to say hello to the gods.
Like a Baptist bomb would.
Very much.
Acknowledgement of their presence.
Instead of doing like the cross thing, she does like the symbol of their church face. Yes.
This is in that
Now
face.
I don't know in themselves if they also do not like magic, but the Church of the Twin Face they don't take too kindly to magic. They don't like them at all, really. They do like.
I'm pretty sure the
Something tells me that they like magic quite a bit.
yeah.
Well, let me explain.
Flashback to when we met Gilmore.
Genuine.
Literally, I can't say it in character, but like they fucked us over real hard with magic.
They surely
so.
did. They were like, you want some illusions, kids?
What would you like
Team
to
Rocket
see
had
some
a-
magic?
Prepare for trouble and make a double header.
It was amazing.
Are we ready now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Church of the Twin Face, yes, they are becoming quite desperate to collect these little sparkly blue stones. Yes. So they're taking people and torturing them, driving them wild. You see her like almost PTSD like zone out as she's talking about this, and she leads on with, and we don't know exactly how or exactly why, but they want these blue stones for some reason, and so they take the mages. They drive them wild, and of course this is Garan we're talking about, so they already hate magic. So what do? They make them crazy, and they let them be a spectacle for the rest of the townsfolk, so they're more afraid of the magic that they so possess. And then they kill them.
Yeah, no, this is a lot worse than Atesa.
Yep.
Oh, Atesa is a lovely place.
It really is, honestly.
Very
Like,
pretty.
it's growing on me.
So, okay.
So now what?
Well,
We break the monarchy.
my worry is if they are taking the stones but they already worship the twin-faced gods, how much of what they are dealing with do they know? Because they might be furthering his power without even knowing it. Or they are working with him, but I don't. An established church working with him would be odd, right?
Who is him?
I mean, not impossible. He's been getting into some rather powerful places. I mean, he took over the whole Merchants Guild for the most part.
This could be useful. Lady Delia, have you heard of the name Mogul?
Mahul?
Mogul.
Mowgli. No,
Alright.
dear. No, I have not.
Don't worry about it.
Sabine slams her spoon down on her cup. Madam, tea etiquette is very important.
She goes, oh, I should have explained. And she pops out her dentures and goes, it's the only way I can drink it. And pops them back in.
She's old.
Guys, I'll try to be quieter.
Sabine leaves.
She slurps like just a little.
You're gonna let it run around.
She leaves. I gotta go on a walk.
I gotta get out of here.
We're gonna have a ferret running around the room for a
It'll be
hot minute.
exciting. She's gonna be so excited. Alright, so I don't remember a lot about this, but I wasn't under the impression that Gillinor and Yelene were involved with the side of the Pantheon that is not batshit currently. They kind of
No,
fucked
they-
with us.
Yes, they are. They brought us jade and D-bags.
No, they tortured them.
Remembering.
They drove them insane.
Guys,
They gave them gifts, but they did not seem better for it after we got them back.
don't know. I don't know because they when we met the law commander, he said that they were part of the ones that sent us.
Well, they're also the two-faced gods.
Correct.
Who knows what side they're on?
You're right. I don't.
She chuckles at that comment. She's like, "That's a good joke." Yes.
One way
Because
or
there are
another.
two-faced. She's breaking the joke down. There are two-faced. It's funny because two-faced also means bad.
I don't know. It's an interesting quandary. I don't know if we can necessarily trust them in the same way that we can trust the other gods that have.
Perhaps maybe we
presented
could
in other ways.
try to console with the gods later to get some insight to see if
Has
they
been a while
know.
since I've checked it.
Have you ever heard of Skamos?
Okay.
Mr. Amos.
I have not.
Okay.
I have met a fair few people though, so that may be a little confusing in the old noggin.
Yes.
Things
So-
get a little boggled up sometimes.
Either way, we're looking at two other gods participating in helping a want-to-be god, or people just blindly doing stuff they have no idea what they're doing in the name of two gods that have nothing to do with what they're doing.
Well, I mean, at this point, it does not necessarily matter too much. It just helps
Right.
us to know what we are looking at, because the people that they had sent to us are not with us. So
Correct.
there is no one to betray us necessarily, unless we get Quina back and then she's
Crazy.
on some agenda.
Yeah,
But-
is there a time limit on saving Rinna?
Yes, you
Yes. Now, we must leave today.
What is our next step? Where
to
are we going?
deep water.
Yes, we collected this woman. I will remember the name eventually. Yes. We got a key, but so my mission, you see, was to go to cell 18 to see if the intel was correct, and it was not. However, I needed some backup and to collect the rest of you because my boss, if you will, told me you were working with Rinna, and you also worked to destroy the blue stones. So when I arrived at cell 18 with no Rinna, my backup plan was to take the key to the deep water dungeons because that's the only other place she could be. I promise. Flickers of like death and despair.
You mean I have to do that shit again?
This one will be much harder.
Good. Love that.
Are they not going to be
You
expecting
did
us
a
if you stole all their
fantastic
keys?
job,
Thank you, Thompson. So did you.
but now you can rest.
I did, on that topic, I did expend some spells. I would have some, I believe, but if we are going to go today, I probably need to go to sleep now. so
Meta
that-
correction. You have a couple of days.
Oh.
You have other things that are time sensitive. I have been made aware.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Cool.
Yes.
Still,
But
very,
very urgent. As soon as possible.
So, deep water, their facility, you believe Rinna is being held there.
I'm 99% sure. 0.9.
Your employer seems to value her quite a bit.
Oh, the whole group values her. She was sent on a specific mission to gather that information from the Thieves Guild and therefore the Church of the Twin-Faced. And she has far too much information that would be valuable to us helping stop what's happening now, to let her go. But Deepwater is... People rarely escape, and when they do, it's not a very good chance they're sane.
Escape from Alcatraz. Dun dun dun.
Because in a prison break.
How did your organization know about us? How did you find us?
Because of Rinna, we keep tabs on her. She is one of us, so we keep tabs on where she's at.
So
How
she.
much do you know about us?
Just that you are working with Rinna and working to destroy these blue stones, yes?
That's correct.
we have the same motive then, yes, to destroy these blue stones.
Well, to save Rinna and then destroy the stones along the way.
Yes, both.
How have
Yes.
you been destroying these stones?
We have not. I personally have not.
Is there a store of them somewhere then? Have you been collecting them?
I don't know. That isn't what I do. I help people escape from prison and move letters along. It may be bigger than me.
It is.
Well, we have a way to destroy them. So,
Oh, that's fantastic information.
if the person you are employed by does indeed have a store, we could help with that.
I should tell you, the Resistance of Mages is not really a company. We don't work for anyone. We work together.
But you said you have a boss.
Well,
Correct.
yes, everyone gets their information from people that have more information than they do.
Okay, so the person who has more information than you, if he has
Yes.
information about a store of blue crystals,
Oh,
we can help with that.
excellent.
So, do we know how long of a journey it is to Deepwater?
Lady Delia does.
How long of a journey is it to... My accent's going in now, okay, sorry. To,
Oh, mine too.
Deepwater.
You're good. Hold on. I don't know if I got that in a message or if I wrote that down.
She was over here last time I saw her.
Oh, the dog's out?
Because I've worked to like keep this whole area where she can't. Oh, cool. Never mind. She's probably under the couch because part of it is like pushed in.
You'll see her in a week.
No, she's pretty good. She actually retrieved a dice for me.
Yeah, talented baby.
Like she
That's
literally,
nice.
she literally brought the dice out from underneath there.
Amazing.
I just
girl.
heard her.
Okay. Alright, I'm ready now.
She's somewhere. She's safe in here.
So, it's about a 2 days journey from Watervale, but the terrain is a bit tricky. It's pretty nasty and swampy.
Mm.
What the hell is this swamp?
It's squishy land and lots of water with gross green things.
Sarah, where on the map
You
is
said
Waterdeep?
Water Vale is the big one right there.
Yeah.
That's where you are.
So 2 days south of that.
Okay. Deepwater, not. See, I meant Deepwater. So south. So kind of headed back. Well, no. Okay.
I possess a very vague map of the outside of the area. We have never attempted to go in to save anyone because it is such a very high risk. However, we believe that Rinna is absolutely worth going in and dying to try.
So is Waterdeep just the? Yeah, no, I don't know why you did.
Okay.
Deepwater just a prison?
Yep. Yes.
Oh, okay, so it's not a town.
It's where the scum of the land goes, or deemed scum of the land by the kingdom, unfortunately. But it's just mages for the most part.
The other side of this is we are going to see the king in 2 days. And if all goes well, we will have clout with him. There is a possibility that we could simply ask to have her released.
If he even knows that all this is going on.
We're in the position to ask a favor of the king.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, my thought is the kings have continued meeting with Oak. Yes, so they know that it is necessary to keep the magic in the land to keep the land healthy. Which means that as emissaries of that cause, we might have some importance. I don't know.
Perhaps.
But Oak said that he hadn't spoken with the king in about a year.
Like 10 years, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is it
longer
longer
than a
than
year.
that?
It's
Yeah.
been a really
It's
long
been
time.
a long time.
Longer
Almost a
than
decade, I think.
I would beg you and urge you to remember that you are in Giron. No matter how nice the king is, they do not like magic here. And if you tell them that someone who was working with others to help magic users. I fear for you.
I think our best bet is to finish up with the things we have here and head south as soon as possible. Because if Rena is being tortured, she's not going to have a lot of time, especially if she has information. They're going to want to know what she knows and then probably dispose of that information.
I hope. I am not. It would not surprise me if it is not so, but I hope she managed to keep Berashash with her. That would negate a lot of the problems with the stone.
That is true.
We really need a druid. That's what we need. The next person we adopt needs to be a druid.
Taking
I wonder if we could...
So the
Yes.
next person who goes on an internship, let me know. I'll be your druid. Gotcha.
Yeah, further, yeah.
Perhaps we could try and get in touch with Oak to see if he has any information about Deepwater and how best to navigate the train.
Or even
Is a train.
if it is not solid underneath, like if it is loose earth underneath, which if the prison is built downward would make sense. You might be able to tell us. Thank you. They might be able to tell us.
In gruff
Well.
voice, they.
I imagine Remember's pretty cognizant of that though. Like, that's a very brilliant thing. They might be able to tell us information about the inside, or even give us easier access to the bottom portion of the poison.
Right.
Would Delia know about Oak, or is this just all over her head right now?
No, she has no idea what they're talking about.
Even to that, she's just gonna be like swings her feet on the bed, very childlike old woman
Oh.
during this whole thing.
Lady
Oh.
She would feel on her heel.
She just goes. You'd see a small smirk come across her face, and she puts a hand under the bed and goes.
And then you just feel a very small, as a little hand slaps into hers.
She's gonna go like this and tug it a little bit.
And he comes out. And out comes this little boy who probably looks about, like, maybe 4 or 5 at this point. And he's just got shaggy auburn hair and these luminescent green eyes.
This is why we won't
very
take you outside
narrow,
with us.
with very narrow pupils and like a smattering of white freckles over his
Since
face.
she has quite the magical knowledge repertoire at this point from working with them, would she know that this is...
She'd know that this isn't what kids normally look like, and no one really has white freckles.
I would assume that she wouldn't be very startled, though, because she's aware of things existing that way.
Even if she was startled, she'd probably be able to, like, hold that in.
Sure.
Sydney
But
just
she's-
crosses her arms and looks at him and shakes her head.
What, Mama?
She's immediately to go, oh, what a cutie pie! And picks him up and sits her on his lap and just goes, and what is your name? Oh, how
And then he
many S's are in that hist?
Just the one.
Okay,
Amazing.
very good. And how old are you, hist?
120.
Nearly my age.
And he starts, like, moving the wrinkles a little bit, and he's, I won't look like that ever.
No,
And then he looks to Sophie.
not.
Very rude.
That's okay, I earned everyone.
But I can make me look like that.
No, don't do that right now.
And then he starts tapping his own
She's
face.
gonna just chuckle and like boop his nose, like.
What's your name?
My name is Delia.
She's old mom now.
Dealy.
Grandmom.
Okay, Dealy.
Grandmom.
Dealy, you help the mages?
Sometimes I do.
Do you help all the mages?
I certainly
Sabine's
try.
eyes are getting bigger as she's hearing her son's thoughts.
Are you gonna help all the mages forever?
As long as I've got breath in my lungs, I certainly will try.
And then the mages will help the dragons.
I should hope so. They're very good people.
And he just pats her cheek. Okay. I get down now?
Sure.
And then he goes over and he just stands at the window and he says, "See, Mama, I'm good." And then he like plunks his chin on the window and just looks out the window.
Sabine's gonna swoop him up and kiss his cheeks all over.
Okay, Mama, it's good. Can I be not this?
Let's give it a day, okay?
But I want to be not this.
I know, just hold on, just another day.
Then
She's
bring me up.
She's
So I pick him
rummaging
up.
through her bag, trying to look for like some grandma cookie or something, and she goes, "Ooh, here it is. It's got like a little bit of lint on it." And she goes, "Yes, would you like a cookie?"
Yes.
Good.
And he takes the cookie. Never had a cookie. And then he eats the cookie.
Pulls lips.
And then he's just hanging out in Safine's arms and he's like, okay.
Boy, sweet, boy, sweet. Oh, also, we're gonna circle back to that dragon thing later on. That's gonna come back in.
Oh, that's true. He's never had like sweets, really. I'll have to take him to get sweets then.
It's grandma's. They have to ruin that streak for you.
Lady Delia, do you know more about deep water?
Our knowledge of the inside is very, very vague, unfortunately. However, we do have a fairly solid idea of the surrounding land.
What about the outside structure? Is it built above on the swamp? Is it...
Yes, it is built above on the swamp.
So it sounds like we're going to have to do quite a bit of reconnaissance.
I mean, I can do that pretty easily.
So is our
Yes.
goal
If I get up
to,
high enough, it just looks like a bird or something.
is our goal then to meet with the king first and then go and get her?
Well, I mean, on the chance that we get caught, I think it would be more beneficial. We've been tasked by Oak to speak with the king.
Is she gonna be murdered?
Well, in deep water dungeons, they take mages and they slowly torture them
She's
until
not a mage,
they
though.
are mad. It won't really matter because she's been helping them, and they can label her as such.
So the more days we take, the longer she's tortured.
Carly, I'm sorry, but your character's wisdom, charisma, intelligence, they're all gone.
You're also weak, and also, also, I do recall it now. The outside is stone and metal structure. It's above. Well, we think there are underground dungeons there. Yes. 4 corner towers, and then one really tall one in the middle.
You know what that means? The inside's going to be moist AF.
Also,
So
something we
it's a
noticed.
square?
Or a rectangle, whatever you like, doesn't really matter. Angles, corners, shapes, also circles. Because unfortunately they did find out she was working with the Thieves Guild, they will break her hands
Oh, good.
I'm sorry.
very quickly
What?
after arriving.
Will she still be able to use her bow and arrow?
She have a
Prob-
broken
but-
hand.
I mean,
Do
like,
you know
but
how
is
a
it
hand
like
works?
well,
The
I'm
thief
saying,
and
is
the
it going to be
queen.
unmendable? Because if you break a
Betraying
hand,
the
a certain
Thieves Guild. My apologies, I read that wrong.
I'm saying if they break it the right way, she shouldn't be able to use. I mean, in Tardonis, if you break something, you're there to break it so it doesn't work again. I don't know how they do it here in Garan, but
This is all hypothetical. I think right now we need to put together a game plan, figure out if we're going to stay here and meet with the king, what we're going to do in the meantime, if we can gather Renaissance, which we can't. Reconnaissance. Reconnaissance. If we can gather intel, which we probably can't do because it's a couple days, you said, correct?
Yes, it's a couple of days through some rough terrain.
But
It's
perhaps if you were
very
flying, it could be a
alone.
day.
It's true. You
By
can get there much
herself?
faster than the rest of us.
Distance, I don't know about that.
Your
the DM
flying,
wants us to take 2 days, damn it.
well, the flying speed and the walking speed are usually like pretty
Well, I won't have to deal with the rough terrain if I'm flying.
That's true, but it's 2 days to the deep water like area,
And then
swamp and bog and
that's
stuff
when
like
the
that.
horrible terrain starts.
Yeah, so it's just
okay.
so it would be 2 days there, and then
Damn,
that's
wants us to
when
take 2 days, damn it.
Well, then we need to
Don't
figure out
know.
what we're doing for the next 2 days till we see the king.
When is that general meeting?
Try and gather some
you
intel.
got that letter
I
that it would be like in 2 days yesterday. Like
Oh,
you,
it's today!
so it will be tomorrow.
Damn it, tomorrow!
Yeah.
Tomorrow!
I'm gonna check on my dress.
Is it possible that we could send an advance guard to do reconnaissance and be there to post up before the rest arrive?
I will tell you that I think you will have a tricky time convincing anyone to do that.
No, like us. We split ourselves up. We can
Oh, yeah.
leave Safine and Anger out here to meet with the king, and the rest of us can begin making our way there.
I'd feel more comfortable if we went together as a group.
I don't like the idea of leaving
gonna
Rena
watch
to
our
torture
boy?
for 3 days while we travel.
You're right, I don't either, but yet here she is getting herself caught.
It doesn't sound like she got herself caught. It sounds like she had a huge
Well-
force of people working against her.
Regardless of
Sophie
whether
shrugs. Sounds
some
pretty
of us
typical
go
of me.
ahead of time or not, we're not going to be getting her out any quicker.
No, but we will have more information.
Be more secure on how we proceed with a jailbreak that has not been successful.
Some of us might not be the best to meet with a king.
Oh,
either.
we simply have never done it before. We weren't. I was going to say stupid enough, but I mean, really, if you look at the outside of this place and what people go in and what they come out like,
Is there
would
any...
you try it? I sincerely would not.
If
but
it's rough terrain, then
now
we would
I
probably
must.
need all of us to fight through it to get there in time. What's to say one person will be able to traverse through very difficult terrain with probably many natural forces against them.
Well, and I do not know if
Plus, it's 1 day. We meet with the king tomorrow and then we leave.
yes, I don't know if leaving Safine and I around is necessarily the strongest idea because we are the two magic users.
And I'm holding his on my hip, and then I go, "What are we gonna do with the boy? You can't take him to the swamp."
He
We're
would
going
love
to
the
have to.
swamp.
I'm gonna bite him.
Yes,
Aw.
and I shake him back and forth.
And he just like
But what
Hey,
if
she
we
sees a human boy go, I'm gonna bite him.
And she just goes, very good.
What are we gonna do if something bites you?
Well, I imagine it would be much the same as the jailbreak that we did previously, where not everybody goes in. Like, I don't think a big force is the best way to go about it. It usually isn't.
I had a premonition last time that God was like, "What the fuck?" And we were all like, "We don't know. We're making a good plan."
Lady Delia, do you know of anybody who might have information on Deepwater in the city?
I have given you the deepest intel that we have on this, which is just about nothing on the inside.
Perhaps outside of the Mages Guild.
No, we truly are one of the only groups of people doing anything like we were around when Battle of the Trail began. This is something deep rooted in our society. If anyone would know, we would.
I guess
Well-
like, we
Sassy
only have
grandma.
1 day. We have 1 day. We meet the king tomorrow. We do our shenanigans. We get our shit together, and then we head on off to get to Rinna. That way, it would take us that long to prep anything. Angerod's out of spells for today, and then we can leave first thing tomorrow after we talk to the king. I don't see that as being much.
Do you mean tomorrow as in the day that we
like
are
today
currently
is
starting?
like today is the 25th. Tomorrow the 26th is when court is.
Okay, so since I didn't take a long rest overnight, I would need to sleep most of today.
Yeah. Well, you'd need to sleep 4 hours because you're an elf.
Correct.
Meditating.
Correct.
It's also
I love
hella
that.
early too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
done. Like it is just done.
I feel like you could
By
probably
morning.
sleep your 4 hours and get up with the rest of society.
Yeah, genuinely.
Okay. Yeah, so then we have a day to kill until.
And I'm a half elf, so.
I think we should prepare supplies and everything ahead of time today for the trip.
Would you
Tomorrow.
like me to enlighten you with the map that I have? So
A
you
map
may
with-
prepare
Yeah.
for the
What?
Daniel's whole
Where
face
was
just
that?
lit up.
Why did you not mention you had a map
Tenzin
ahead of
loves
time?
maps.
I
He loves a map.
did say that. I suppose you weren't listening, young man. And she like takes her map out and goes,
She
For
did
the
say
golf
so.
Out of
commentary,
respect,
Aaron just
what
mind
would
hitting
her
Daniel on
god
the
or
head with the
goddess
map.
be?
Out of
It would depend
respect.
on if she's it would depend on which god she worships. So there's
I mean,
Felena,
she's
which is harvest. And
that
then
one,
Felena?
absolutely. She's a
so
flower.
it would be
A flower.
so I actually have like religious swears for each god.
Fucking Felena, would you not listen to me?
Felena's is flowering tits.
Flowering tiff. God damn. Oh, try this.
Flowering tits?
Tits. Yes.
Tits, okay, very
Tits. The classy, as always. Yes.
good.
Flowering.
Lay tits.
But flowering. Don't you dare.
Right,
forget
lay
it.
flowering tits.
Yes. All right. So the map.
Yes, well, it is very basic, so you'll have to bear with us, but it's all that we have right now. As I've stated before, it's not a place we like
Can
to
you text
go
that to us?
Sure.
Ooh. So not
We
like the
have-
square at all.
This is
Well,
like
the
that
building
arc in
is,
Avatar.
but the area, the miles around it.
It's like that arc in Avatar.
We gotta go bust Suki out of jail, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what's happening.
My
We're gonna
girlfriend
have to
turns
go
into
to
a
jail.
Look at the.
Riot!
Look at
Riot! My girlfriend turns into the moon.
That's rough, buddy. Look at the insolence on our DM space. She don't know what you're all talking about.
Let's reinform you. Sokka's girlfriend Suki
Hey,
and
you never watched
Sokka's
Avatar?
father gets
I've not heard
captured.
this story.
They're in
Why the
prison.
fuck haven't you watched Avatar?
They go to
Alright,
the prison.
hold
Hold
to
on,
rescue
let
the-
me.
Okay.
There we go.
So let me tell this story. This is my favorite story to tell about Sarah. Zan heard this last night.
love it.
I have been dating this woman for 7 months.
Yes.
Deeply in love.
Would you like
Passionately in love with her. We are standing in a
Yeah.
motherfucking comic shop.
Okay.
She looks at the Avatar Funko Pops and goes, "Oh, I don't know if we're gonna need an Uncle Iroh one." I stopped. Daniel was there.
Uncle
Daniel
Iroh.
stopped. The comic book store gal stopped, and we all turned around. We looked at her and we were like, "What?" And she was like, Uncle Iroh. And I was like, do you mean Uncle Iroh? And then Sarah's like, oh, well, they don't have a pronunciation guide on the Wikipedia article. And we were like, what? We found out she'd been conning us that entire fucking time. Anytime somebody made an Avatar reference, she Googled it to figure out what episode it was from and, like, watched clips. And went the entire damn time having only seen, like, 2 episodes of Avatar.
Sarah, do yourself a favor. Watch the whole show. It is so good.
We're going
We
to.
got
So
through the
good.
first season, but like, yeah. So I just
Aaron, do yourself a favor. It's so good. It's amazing
Hold on, let me-
storytelling.
let me
Great
get that.
characters,
I'm gonna let her run
creative
around some more,
moments,
but I just need to
memorable
fix
characters.
that pool noodle.
Great dialogue. It's a freaking kids show, and it's,
It's
amazing.
so good.
For
It's just like
all
the
of you-
stars aligned for the perfect. Thank
It's
you.
in the Instagram group chat.
Yeah, and I downloaded Instagram just so I could be in that group chat.
Do you have an
Very much
Instagram?
appreciate.
And what might that be?
Okay. So I just went to China, so that is why my name is the way it is.
Okay.
But it's between the spaces, it's the bar, you know, that's on the bottom. I don't know what it's called, but it's
The
Underscore.
Yeah.
yes, that's what it's called. It's return to home country, but it's underscore between
Return
all
to
of them.
sender.
Got it.
So,
I think that'll work for now.
I need to
It's
change
like
it, but I don't know what I want to
swamp
change it
too.
to.
so it's
What?
like a prison surrounded by swamps.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is it cute even though it's not in China anymore?
We're gonna have to find something
Okay.
to
I
fly.
guess I'll keep it then. You can fly. The rest of us
Hello,
can fly.
ladies.
Daniel
and
still in the
gentlemen.
kitchen?
Bye.
I think. No,
You
he's
can
not.
crawl, you can
Never
spit,
mind.
you
You
can
can kiss
fly.
him. She's very happy to be out.
I think this is your cup, and
Are you?
I'm gonna give
Oh
her a
no,
bath.
you're
Okay.
fine.
Hello, Liz.
Aaron, are you Slytherin?
I am.
Okay, I was just making sure.
And the D&D
No, 'cause
is gonna
I
be
saw
the
your
only
name and I'm
account
like,
I
this-
follow. Besides Aaron.
Or is that something else? Never mind.
It's okay.
Never mind. No, I am so sorry.
No, but even
I am
on top of
that
I was like,
person.
wow, you're really good. How did you know I was a Slytherin? Wow, that was really good.
She,
Oh, there she
Jared,
goes.
she posting on that D&D
Hi.
contest.
Mhm.
baby.
It's a trophy.
I've got a big floofy
poofy skirt on.
Just like some of the
Your
things that she says,
favorite.
I'm like, is that a threat? Hello, little
No, it's a
baby.
promise.
No, she gonna get in your bag. Hey, is there anything in your bag you don't want her to eat? Jared?
No.
Okay.
Can I just say though how much I love Lady Delia?
She's very good.
Oh my gosh, I love her!
Oh, there's a loose bit of it right there. If you want to just grab that so she does not eat it.
Furry rat.
Loose bit of what?
I'm
The
so
pool noodle.
excited to play
There's that like
it.
chunk on the floor there.
Chunk.
Chunk.
But yeah, I have made it so that this room is fairly ferret-proof, so she can't get into any small holes. The only spot that we need to watch is like this pool noodle bit. I have to get more foam board. Are you good?
Yeah.
That was me the first few times I did this.
leaned too much.
But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clap. Are y'all good to go? Keep going?
Let's go.
Yeah.
That is a very good trick.
Look at her, look at her, look at her.
She rolls. She's in the
that
backpack
so
now. Oh, careful! Your foot almost went in her face.
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
Alright, so.
So Safine is just holding his now on her hip, and he's like this.
She's just gonna pet
Um,
his head. I love him.
So.
You already explained this map. The P is the prison.
In short, just so we don't have to repeat, it's 1 mile of dry land,
Right.
and then how many miles? Give me 1 second.
3 miles.
It's 1 mile
2
of
miles.
dry land that turns into bog for 2 miles, and then at least 6 miles of swampland.
So
Before
we have
you
to
get there.
traverse through the swamp, then through the bog, then we'll finally reach dry land. Once we become a mile within range of the prison, and then it's the prison.
So.
Can you just enlighten me what the difference is between a bog and a swamp? Because in my head I see the same thing.
So a swamp is where it can be an actual woodland area. Like that's where you'll find trees, like pine trees that have the knees going up.
Gotcha.
Like that's the sort of stuff that you'll find in a swamp. A bog is where it's really not hospitable for anything.
It's like dead
more
marshes.
like it's like the dead marshes.
The
It's
swamp
like
is the
peat.
Everglades.
It's peat, and it's like really deep pockets of just like water that goes down. So it's
There's like these elves and they just lay in the water.
Bog of eternal stench.
Ew.
so yeah. So a bog is
Yummy.
inhospitable. A swamp can hold life.
Okay, cool.
So
I just wanted to clarify. I kind of saw that, but I just
are we going to then
Hi, baby.
our next? I guess we're going to prepare today and go to the king tomorrow.
Delia's gonna go like this and reach down
Sounds good
and
to
raise
me.
her dress to like maybe her knees, and you just see these like 2 very sturdy looking rain boot like
Yes.
mudding boots, and she goes,
Good.
"I'm ready already."
I love her.
Oh, fuck. They're bright yellow also.
Ooh, you better get your own.
Perhaps we should
Squelchy yellow.
look into some means of travel through the swamp and the bog, because that's going to be difficult. That's not going to be a by horse type of thing, perhaps.
Well, my question is how are they getting people to the prison? The guards are not going to walk
There's
over
roads.
swamp and
There's
bog.
gonna be.
Should we
there's a road.
just get put in
Pregnant town.
prison?
It's sounding a little bit like we might need to do that.
Well, I mean, it's easy enough once we get there and we decide that that's the best course of action to.
That's true. We
To
just
get
have to
caught.
shoot off a couple of eldritch blasts.
Well, I mean, I don't particularly want to be put to death for magic, but
no, we could just kill them first.
yeah.
Yeah, I cannot stress this enough.
Aww.
Right. Well, perhaps we should go get supplies and see.
One way or another, I think it is probably wise to leave after we see the king.
Right.
I think it does not matter how our meeting with the king goes. I think this is something we need to take care of.
I agree.
So unless there is something incredibly pertinent right after our meeting with the king, I think we need to leave immediately after we meet with him.
Agreed.
Lady Delia, is there a path that you know of that people take to the prison, heading out of the city? Perhaps that we could keep an eye on to maybe catch some guards in the way they transport.
No, I do not know of anything simple enough. off as a trail. I don't believe they really do that exactly. As you can tell by the map and by what I've been explaining, this is very difficult to get to and out of the way on purpose.
Right. I just meant more perhaps a place where we might
Oh, we can ask the
see
king.
people leaving the city without
That's
wanting to be seen.
Unfortunately not.
We can ask the king.
Hey King, where's your most secret
wanna go
prison and
scout
how
it
do we
out?
get there? What's inside?
Do you
I have the
perhaps-
guards' names.
do you perhaps know about the
I mean,
the
we're
black
not gonna
market?
Would she
The
know
grave
that?
raiders.
Mm-mm.
talkative,
The what?
Never
so they
mind.
can deal with that part.
That's gonna be a lot of the relationship. Do you know this? What? Never mind.
Pats on head. Okay.
Perhaps we should try and figure out how to get back into the black market because there might be some useful information there.
Maybe we can get magic snowshoes, but for the swamp.
Swap shoes.
Did we meet anybody outside of the secondary space? Like outside of the
I knew some of the
dimension?
vendors.
Like, did we meet anybody Garanian in Watervale that we could ask?
Mm-mm.
Like, the only way that you guys know that it happened is that Rinna was given a card
Mm-hmm.
and kind of
followed
clued
it on
into
the
this is what's going on today.
It
While
does
this is
sound very
happening, I
much so.
take my gloves off and I start my morning ritual because about that time.
Also, this is just from
Rubbing salt.
spectator to now in character stuff. When you guys were in the black market the first time, and you guys were like, "Oh, are you guys from Giron?" They were like, "Oh, that's where we are this time." I don't
Yeah,
really
people
think it's
didn't know
always in
that's
the
where they
same
were.
place.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, was there somebody that we met
Yeah,
could
yeah,
point
yeah.
us towards it?
I'm tired of speculating. Let's just get this done. Go guns blazing. We do this
Yeah.
every time. Contemplate. Then we just go when guns firing. Anyways, literally now. So
No.
the club that you own. Anyways,
No.
Well,
Sure, I'm on fire. Do you need a cream?
Yes.
what's
Okay, let me see. She starts digging through her bag.
she has a bag of holding,
His
but it's all
just
medicinal.
shakes his head. Lying is bad.
I love our son.
You're right. Lying is bad.
Yes, are you a boy?
Now I am.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. And she pulls out a little ointment bottle and goes, "Which one?"
He just holds out his arm. He's like,
She does this, and your arm just starts glowing a little green. Just a little bit. It's medicinal, sweetheart. It's okay. It
great.
may burn a little bit more than the fire in your arm, but it will go away, I promise.
Great.
And she just goes,
Roll Constitution.
yes.
our trips to the upper tier.
Uh-huh.
Did we notice any more peculiar vehicles that were not clackers? That
Like,
perhaps
no.
were in the sky?
Like jet skis.
Or side
You
Hot
would
air
have
balloon.
you would have seen like the tops of some like linen spheres, but you don't.
Okay,
Yeah, nothing was like up in the air.
gotcha.
Hello, baby.
Holy shit.
We're gonna do hot air balloon?
We gotta go steal a hot air balloon.
Yeah.
You
Do
guys.
it!
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Do we shoot
Alright,
at it?
so-
I don't know.
There's a mission in Red Dead. And
Sleeping.
you're literally fighting out of hot air balloons.
Do you need any supplies? She wiggles her booted feet just again.
Yes.
We're gonna need lots of supplies.
How's the party
probably.
fund?
Oh yeah. How's our party fund?
It's
We have
still
4 now.
substantial. It's not. We're not.
We've got that token. We could do a favor for the city today.
Oh, that's right. We could. The party fund is right now resting at 165. If we stay here for much longer,
How
that
are we
will go
doing,
away very
Kepler?
quickly. We started when we came to this city. It was at. I think it was in the 200s.
Yes,
so
we need to,
depleted a little, but we still have a substantial amount for however long we need to stay here. We just need to find a way to replenish it. a
Too
bit.
bad
Well,
we
I
don't
like
have
this inn.
another-
We should definitely stay here.
Right. I'm also in agreement with that.
Too bad we don't have another farm on the outskirts of town we could stay at
I
and
know.
have all of our expenses covered.
Would be
Una,
nice.
man,
Would I
she took
know,
care of
She's a
us.
huge dick. Oh yeah, she took care of us.
Sarah, would I know this city very well, or just
Yeah, you make your home here.
would I know like cheaper inns or like the cheaper side of things?
It would definitely be down in the lower tier.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
but
know
you'd
that.
you'd absolutely
Okay.
know, and you would probably even know like a couple that were considered safe havens.
We're only here for one more night though,
Wait, really?
as far as we know. Right? Isn't that what we said
Just
we're gonna leave
tentatively.
tomorrow? Tentatively. After we talk to the king, we're gonna get on out of here.
Might as well. All our
It's
shit's
good.
here.
Oh,
we
see,
can't-
yeah, I'm like, wait, are we gonna do this faster than Carly gets back? What are we?
Oh no, I have things planned, and I know how fast your pacing is. You'll be fine.
Also, we have
And
to go
both
to
of
the
us,
What are we
room.
hour
going to
and
the
a half
prison
each
for? We're fit
Oh.
to spend 4 days getting down there and fighting our way in there and just gonna be like, whoops, it's not her again.
No, the
Oh
dungeon's
no,
gonna
I
take
wouldn't.
forever.
I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, like, I know how fast our pacing is, so
The king's gonna be
Trash
like, and
goblin,
one more
trash
trash
just
goblin.
trust your DM.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm tired of talking. Let's do the thing.
This goes the thing.
Right. We're gonna take a nap and then I'm gonna take you shopping.
Ooh, shop sounds
But you have to say avoid the whole time and your eyes can't glow. Yes, the whole, do you wanna die?
Oh, my eyes are so pretty.
You're right, but make them blue or something so that
And then
don't
they're
hurt.
immediately blue.
Good. Now,
like,
but
yeah,
don't do the shining part. The sparkling is fine.
And then
the
it like
shining-
dims down a little
There
bit.
you go.
Speaking of The Shining, did anyone see they're releasing a sequel?
Doctor Sleep is such a good book. Okay, back to it. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
Star Swine.
So you guys go ahead and you sleep.
Yeah.
Delia's fucking out. She's
Okay.
out like an old person who's almost dead.
So she is.
Sophie puts a mirror underneath her nose.
Are you all
A little
sleeping?
bit,
Are
just
you
a
all
little
sleeping
bit.
in the same room, or did you go back to your room?
Going back to,
Yeah,
I have a room to
Everybody was
myself.
in my room. I think Egrod was probably asleep before that
We said
conversation.
Delia to sleep in
finished.
your room.
No.
Hell
She's
yeah.
no.
She
What?
did a
Whose
lot.
room are we in?
Sophina
You're
and
going to
Angro's.
Claudius's
She's
room.
as soon as you said nap, she literally laid down on the bed that she was sitting on already and was like, "Great idea," and fell asleep.
Well, I'm laying on your bed now.
We're small.
I'm just gonna sit
I'm
next
small.
to Ingrad and be like,
I sleep on my floor, so there's 2 unused beds.
Okay.
And their room's packed.
Claudius, go ahead and roll perception with
She's not
advantage.
bothered about this at all.
Hell yeah.
Sneaky, sneaky.
No. Ew.
Also,
15.
Also disgusting.
You hear heavy footsteps
Oh boy, you finna get
outside your door, and they kind of
I open my door.
and you jump out of bed and
Jump off the floor.
jump off the floor. So yeah, you jump off. You jump up and you swing
Do like
the door open.
a big elaborate fake yawn.
And you swing the door open, and there is a man standing there. You don't recognize him. He's just blonde hair, pale eyes, and
Yes?
sorry, thought this is where I was sleeping. Are you renting a bed or just a room? And he kind of like leans past you to glance inside.
Room.
I'll go and find out what my mistake.
Inside check.
Okay.
Do I believe him?
What did you roll?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty sure he was just. Pretty sure that he was telling the truth, and he goes.
Was he
back
one of the guys that I
downstairs.
noticed earlier?
Mm-mm. And he goes back downstairs, but you don't hear him talk to anyone. In fact, you hear the front door open and close.
I follow him.